And we're live. We're live on Twitch, live on Media Network, live on YouTube, live on the Discord stage. Welcome, everybody. Thank you to all the
Welcome.
usual suspects. Thank you to all the new faces. And thank you to our guest, the dude, the squid, the guy that makes us all feel special. Thank you for coming, man, and congratulations for the amazing award you won. An award that was made in your name, and it's going to be perpetually given to Solana special people.
Well, thank you. Yeah, that was super cool of Solana to do that. I really wasn't expecting that. Uh, you
Like,
know me. I'm just a internet squid. I didn't expect to ever be popular.
yeah, but man, if you're giving to the community, for sure the community is gonna give back, and you did it without really expecting anything. So, how did you feel when the award came in the news? Who told you? Where were you?
I was in the middle of making Pixel Dudes actually. And I looked up at my notifications and there was the award thing. I mean, I'd been given a little bit of warning before that something was going to happen, but I didn't exactly know when. um, so I actually almost missed the post where they tagged me in it and announced it and everything because I was responding to Pixel Dude posts. Uh, so it was a pretty big surprise.
Pretty cool that you watched it live, man. Amazing. Like that's a better experience.
What?
That you got the news live, you know, like while they hit the market. Like, you were not
Can you
away
still
from
hear
your
me?
computer. Can you hear me?
Yeah, there you are.
Perfect.
Couldn't hear you for a second.
Okay. No worries, no worries. So we've met before together. We've played video games. So you are a gamer, not only an artist, right?
Oh yeah. Gamer, I would say gamer before artist or gamer artist. I don't know. Because all the art I've ever done, aside from like my Twitter memes, uh, it's all been video game art, mostly pixel video game art too.
Pretty cool. Do you play any video games now, or you are too consumed with pixel art?
Yeah, I'm pretty consumed with pixel art. Occasionally, I'll get in some Warzone or Minecraft. I'd really love to play Rocket League again, but I have terrible, terrible internet right now. And so my ping is too bad to play Rocket League. But yesterday I ordered a Starlink, so hopefully we can get rid of that problem.
Wow, internet from space. Sounds amazing.
Yeah, space internet for the space squid, right?
Beautiful, beautiful. So you have a gaming background and you have a design art background. How did you end up making squid pixel art and all this cool shit?
So the squid thing, I actually had my Twitter account for a couple months before I decided to become the squid. I was a pirate before I was a squid. Um, but then I don't know, one day I was like, oh, I need a new avatar. This pirate's getting kind of old. And then I came up with the squid, and people seem to like it. And I like squids. I've childhood nickname was Squid. When I was in the military, I was a squid, as we were called, the submariner. So just all kind of clicked together and fit. And
Pretty
the
cool.
squid fits my personality too, because I really do like pink.
Yeah, indeed, that's a cool connection over there. But you're also the dude, right? So
Yes.
this is inspired
Uh,
from.
the Big Lebowski dude.
Boom, of course, and that's where the question from the audience comes, which is, what's your second favorite movie after The Big Lebowski?
Oh, after the Big Lebowski, probably Drive.
Cool,
I went on
cool,
a
cool.
real, yeah. Before the Pixels came out, most of my memes were Drive memes. Because I absolutely love that movie. I love the message of that movie. Because it's a weird movie, but at the end, it's all about love. Like the dude loved the girl so much he didn't care about anything else, and I love that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Pretty cool, man. Yeah, it's a good movie as well.
Yeah. Well, and watching Ryan Gosling mess people up is also pretty nice too. That helps the movie.
But how back is that? I mean, how long have you been creating pixel art since you say that before that it was drag
Um,
memes?
so I made my first video game with pixel art. Let me see. What year is this? 2021? About 15 years ago in high school. Yeah,
Nice.
about 15 years ago. Um, I went to high school in California and they had a specialty high school for like gifted people or something, but um basically my last 2 years of high school, the first half of my day, all I did was go to this special high school and learn how to create video games. So we learned all the steps of production, storyboarding, how to do the art, how to animate, a little bit of coding. It
Wow,
was
did
pretty
you go
cool.
like to a school from the future? What? That's like a dream school where things are interesting and relevant.
Yeah, it was a trip. Um I don't even remember how I got into the school actually. I got offered it. It was like one of those invite only kind of things, I think based on like your other school performance. Um and I was always pretty good at regular school, so yeah, it was super cool because there would be days where we would learn and work on our games and stuff, and then there was other days where the whole morning we would just be playing like Halo CE as an entire classroom with like 40 people in a LAN lobby. So, including the teacher.
Wow. Okay, school for sure. Are you sure it was cool, man? Sounds super awesome. School is
Yeah.
not awesome, so you know it's. I'm just amazed.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I was pretty blessed to be able to go there. I mean, it helped me out a lot. I mean, I still use the same styles they taught us back then. A lot of people ask me if I use like Photoshop or anything like that, but I still use Fireworks, Macromedia Fireworks 2006, and Game Maker is what I use to make my stuff.
Yeah, if it works, why change it, right?
Exactly. I'm like, yeah, I understand, Photoshop's got a lot more stuff, but I don't really need that stuff, you
That's
know?
amazing. Like that's big alpha for our designers out there listening to the show, which the Grape Community has many, and they're super productive. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it's better to just keep it simple in my experience, because I've tried Photoshop and I got too many options, a little overwhelming, you know what I mean? And so I just went right back to what I knew, which is basically like paint with a couple extra tools. So,
So yeah, I see. As you were just wasting time on trying to explore options you didn't need.
yeah, exactly. I was like, in the time it's going to take me to teach myself how to Photoshop everything, I could just figure out a workaround in the program I'm already familiar with, and that's what I do. Like all my animations are still done in that old program. Um, Animations I do like frame by frame, pixel by pixel, sometimes depending on what they are.
Man, amazing! You're doing the pixel art, which is the art you love. You're doing it with the tools that you're familiar and you enjoy using, and you're doing it in a theme you kind of like. So I mean, dream job.
Yeah, so far, yeah, dream job for sure.
Is
Uh,
it is it a full time thing now, or you have like are you a full time pixel dude?
it is, yeah, full time now. Um, we actually we don't have a lot of bills. We live like a very like, I don't know what the word is, like a simple kind of lifestyle, um, which has allowed us to both Babe and myself um, stay at home and work on Pixel Dudes full time for the time being.
And baby is your wife, and she's also working with you on the pixel dudes.
Yes. She is my wife. We just actually on the 4th of July celebrated our 8-year anniversary.
Congratulations!
Thank you. We've I've known her since I was 12. She was my sister's best friend. And then we got together about a decade ago, and then we've been married for 8 years. So she's my best friend. The other half of me. I am terrible at business. I don't know if you guys have noticed. But the way I talk, like publicly, like with the squid emojis and the hey it me and stuff like that on Twitter, that's how I talk in business. I don't change who I am based on who's in the room. Um, I just feel like it's better to just be the authentic me, and if you don't like that, then I guess we can not work together or something. And you know what I mean? But
I know exactly
Babe
what you
is
mean, man. I know exactly what
Babe
you
is
mean.
the business manager for sure. She is. Um, she's got that down to a lock.
Bravo,
So it's
bravo
been
for having
really
such a
cool
great life
having her.
partner.
Yeah, she's definitely my other half. Babe does a lot more of the pixel dudes than basically at this point I just kind of sit here and draw my dudes and animate, come up with stuff, new ideas, new gameplay things, and everything else Babe has done behind the scenes. So yeah, she's awesome.
Pretty awesome. Bravo, bravo. So take us through your process, your pixel dude process. You pick a person and you wanna pixel dude him. How long does it take you? How do you start? How do you think of the uniqueness? And yeah, what are the parameters you want to keep constant and what you always want to variate? And what's your goal behind, making everybody avatars?
So the process, it's pretty dependent on who I'm doing. So we'll use you for an example. Your frame where you started is actually the same frame as about 70% of the dudes. Um, you all have the same body size, the same head size with like slight differentials. Sometimes if somebody has a really distinct jaw, I'll move the things around so that it looks more like you. But other than that, I kind of just start from the same frame for everybody, and I just try to look at people and see what sticks out to me. Like you, obviously, your Bitcoin robe stuck out. Satoshi stuck out. So that's usually where I start. Is I just try to grab like the most unique thing that I can think of about that person and just really try to amplify it from there. Um,
And it's what makes us feel all special, of course, because
yeah,
you've achieved that for sure, and that's I think why you've been recognized.
yeah. Thank you. I don't like I I don't know. It's kind of a rough way. I'm not a big super fan of the generative ones. Um, not in the sense for like an avatar profile picture. You know what I mean? Because personally, like in my DMs, it's fantastic because everybody's pixelated, and I know you all. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm just drawing people and forgetting who they are or what their names are. You know what I mean? Like once I've drawn you, if I see your dude, I'm like, oh, that's Whale's friend, or oh, that's Gavin, or except like I don't know. It's kind of like taking a picture of you guys. It stores you in my head. So when I see like a lot of the same generative ones, it would bother me. You know what I mean? Because I get confused. I'd be like, yeah, wait a minute.
Yeah,
Those two people
especially
have the
if
same
especially
profile.
if it's a project clone of a project, so you get like the same punks on every chain. It's like
Yeah, exactly. And so when I started doing these, the original post, I was just gonna make a couple extra background characters and get some practice, brush up on my pixel art skills. And then it kind of went off, and everybody wanted one, so I was like, oh, that's even better. So I just try to make everybody's as unique as I can. Like there's several people I've done that are no offense, but generally bald guys. All of your dudes look the same right off the bat. Um, you know what I mean? Because a lot of the time I use the hair or a hat, you know, or something like that to like set you apart from each other. You know, it's one of the bigger differences, different glasses and stuff. But even with the bald guys, which are the hardest ones to differentiate, none of them look the same. Not a single one. So I'm pretty proud of that. Um, I think
Yeah,
I've
so it's
done
it's not
5 or 6.
generative. Is super special for everybody, which is the exact opposite. I think it's more beautiful.
Yeah, see, and that's all I wanted. I just wanted everybody to, you know, feel
And how many
special.
how many have you produced as avatars only?
As avatars only, let me look. See. I gotta bring up my list.
Whoa.
Here, here. So we have 245 so far.
Wow, 245. I feel slightly less special. I'm joking, but yeah, that's a lot of work, man.
Yeah, a lot of them haven't been released yet. Um, a lot of them have been sent to people in DMs, and they haven't used them and stuff. But that's all right. Because the more commissions I do with the way I have things structured, I feel like the more valuable the card slots get. You know what I mean? Because
Yes,
everybody
yes, of
goes into
course.
the pool. Everybody but special edition cards or the OG 13 cards.
Like you're gonna
Everybody
have to
else goes.
elaborate a lot on these things. Like soon after we get off your personal things, you're gonna have to elaborate on your plans and what's going on with the NFTs. People need to get that alpha from you.
Okay. Where do you want me to start? Just with the
I mean, first of all, I want to know who was the first pixel dude you created. Where did this all start from?
the very first Pixel Dude was Dude, mine.
Nice.
Um, that's that's why he still looks a little different from everybody else. I know you've seen me do a couple of the upgrades. Dude is one of the only people who hasn't gotten an upgrade yet. And that's kind of a throwback
The
to my
original
other
alpha, eh?
memes. Yeah, my other memes, the non-pixelated ones, I've I've always used the same dude face whenever I make them. And I've never changed his face. I've never changed how his mouth goes, um, his eyes, anything like that. The position of the glasses move, but in every other meme I've ever made, if you look real closely, it's the exact same base image over the top of the face for every single one. And so I kind of kept that the same with my pixel dude. You know, I could go back and make him look better. I think his mouth's like offset a little bit, and so is his whole head, but he's got to
No,
stay
it's
that way.
awesome that it's the alpha version.
Yeah, exactly. And it serves as a good marker too for people to look at mine and then look at something that I just put out today and be like, wow, getting better. This
And
one's head's the right
how
size.
did it become an NFT? Like how did you were you into crypto and you like got into NFTs? Was it the other way around? What's the story behind that?
Um, so that was just kind of hard. It was mostly just the community that got me into NFTs. Like I've never been a big. I appreciate NFTs, and I was for a while there collecting quite a few gaming NFT things. But aside from that, it was people in the community being like, "When are you gonna make NFTs? When are you gonna make NFTs?" And so finally, I was like, "Okay, here they are."
And which community was
That
that? The
was
Solana community.
yeah, like my little Solana friends, you know. They were constantly being like, "When are you gonna make some NFTs? You should make your memes into NFTs." And so I finally, once we got the Metaplex, put a couple up, and people seemed to like them. So I just kept going.
So before you were a community member of Solana, which is a great community to be a member of, what was your where did you start from?
I just kind of bounced around. I'm actually pretty new to crypto. I only joined in like got heavy into crypto in January. Um, and I was all over the place. Like I had ETH, I had Bitcoin, I had this, I had that, you know what I mean? A little bit of everything. And then it was actually y'all can remember this and go ahead and thank him. So the only reason you guys have dude is because of Siri. 100%. Siri and Cope. Because I got the Cope airdrop and I basically just went full Solana after the Cope airdrop because Cope rapidly became one of my bigger bags. I was not very wealthy before Cope. I mean, I'm not super rich or anything now, but like we were pretty poor people. I was still working at the gas station, so got the Coke drop. That literally changed my life. Got into the Coke gang, went full Solana.
Wow, shout out to Siri. Amazing story, man. Fuck yeah.
Yep. So Siri is 100% the reason that dude is full Solana. It's
And
all
he,
him and Coke.
he's an awesome dude. Awesome dude. He helped me as well, so I can also speak up and say he's an awesome dude. He's made an awesome community, and I think Cope has great future. Great things are coming for the future, just because it has a fantastic team and a beautiful community. So I don't doubt the future of Cope.
Yeah, absolutely. Love me some Coke. But yeah, so Siri is actually the reason that I'm full Solana. I don't own anything that isn't on Solana anymore. Everything has been reinvested into ecosystem coins or Sol itself, you know, because
Wow,
I
true
got
true
here.
skin in the game.
What?
Real skin in the game. Like everything in Solana. Zero or hero.
Right? Yeah. I basically, I mean, the Solana community was like hands down. Like I said, I was kind of all over the place, you know, so I hung out with a lot of the ETH people, hung out with, you know, the Chainlink guys and stuff like that. And none of them are bad communities by any means, but Solana was one of the only ones that I came to where it was just like 100% accepted you. You know,
I
like
feel the
if
same.
I
I feel
told
the
other
same.
people in other communities like, oh, I just started in January, they'd be like, oh, okay, you're kind of new, and you know, maybe blah blah. But in Solana, they're just like, oh, welcome, glad you're here, we love you, and I'm like, oh, cool, I love you too.
Yeah, one of the most welcoming communities, general ecosystem community, you know, like as a L1, and even from the side of the founder, because we have Grape protocol, the friendliness is on the upper level as well. So it makes
Yeah,
sense that it extends to the community members.
yep, and it just fit the way I am as a person. You know, I'm very. I mean, it's like you see in my bio, it says that I do Vibenomics, and that is legitimately that's my strategy. I just go off vibes. You know what I mean?
Awesome, man. And so let's go back to the NFTs. We have 240 plus avatars, and how many of those are NFTs?
Right now we only have. Oh, can't tell you exactly. I know we just put out number 28, which is Barney XBT of the numbered cards, and then we've had a couple special editions. One, see, we got Kevin Rose is one, two, three, four. Yeah, looks like only four special editions out so far, not including like the birthday card or the Father's Day cards or anything like that. But
So
yeah,
about
so
35, let's say.
yeah, there'll be so far there's 28 of the 69 total minted cards
So
that
we're
have
gonna
been
have
put out.
69 Solana stars that will be how many copies each?
Three copies of each card.
And are they going to be auctioned?
Yes, they are all auctioned on squidstuff.com. And a pretty common question I get that a lot of people ask me is, do the number of the cards matter? Like, if you get number one versus the number three copy, does it matter? Yes and no. So the cards are placeholders for the game skins, as everybody knows, and the game skins are going to come with base stats. So the number one copy of the card will have slightly better stats than the number three copy of the card. But either way, all three copies give you access to that skin.
So you're gonna have 69 different characters in that game that are represented by the 69 NFTs, and each player can, not each player, like you can have 3 copies of that same hero roam around the universe you're creating.
Yes, correct. And for the people that don't get their character in, there will be like a base skin so that anybody can play. You don't absolutely have to have one of the 69 ones, but if you get the base skin, your stats are going to start a lot lower. Um, that's and you know you're just a base character, kind of like Ash in Pokemon, in any of the Pokemon games, you know.
Yeah, of course. And so we are talking about like it's very exclusive out of the 240 plus avatars, which I assume they're going to rapidly increase, or there's going to be more collections. This is just collection one.
Yes, there will be a second series, but not for a while, and they will be distinctly different from the first series, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And how what's the selection process? How do you select the avatars to become NFTs?
So when I actually make all the dudes on a single reel, um, of like a single reel of a, I don't know how to explain that, but basically they're all just like frames, like everybody's their own frame. So I can press play and it'll cycle through every single one that I've made so far. So normally the selection process is I turn my back, press play, and then just kind of wait, and then press pause, and whoever it stops on, that's one of the minted.
Wow, and that's how you fill the 69 slots by pressing play and turning your back.
Yep.
Wow,
I just
I love it.
let it try to let it be as random as I can get it, you know? Obviously you can pay for slots if you wanted to make sure that your card got minted. We do have that option, but it's pretty spendy. Um, because I like the idea of people, it's just random. You know what I mean? There's only 69 characters total, and we already have almost 4 times as many in the pool that gets chosen from that. So, and those keep going up every day. From here out, I think I'm doing, I would have to ask Babe because she knows exactly, but I think we have planned like 2 commission tickets a week, plus the freebie Friday, which anybody can sign up for in the pinned post on my page. And I'll just randomly pick a name from that, and they'll get a commission that gets added to the pool. Yeah,
All right, I'm
that's
pretty sure that the tickets are going to be bought, the ones that ensure that your card is going to be minted as the number closest to 69. I mean, at the moment you're what, 28? You said.
yeah.
And what about the
20.
guests? Are these also going to be minted? Are going to be 69 plus with a couple of guest stars, or just 69? That's it.
So there'll only be 69 numbered, period. That's it. There will be other, like, I don't count the special editions towards the 69 number cards, um, because that would eat up a lot. I plan on doing a special edition with pretty much anybody that's in the Soul ecosystem. So yeah, I mean, you see me do the one with Solarians where I drew their little pixel dude, and then we just finished up the Psi options one, and we have quite a few more in the works, like a lot. So I didn't think it would be fair to count those towards the numbered slots for the community. Which is why generally we do the psi options one. That's going to basically be my model for future collaboration styles where I'll draw the company based dude, mint 3 cards, give one away, and then the other 2 in cards get put up for auction.
Yeah, that's pretty fair, I think. And projects would be loved to be represented. Are they going to also be represented in game, or that's just an NFT that lives in the
No, no.
NFT?
Oh yeah, those are definitely still in-game skins.
Wow. Okay. Nice.
Yeah, so whoever the guy who won the psi option one, he'll be able to play as that little psi option pixel dude running around with a syringe, injecting options into people.
Pretty fucking cool. Nice, man. And you're like a two-man party, right? So you're planning on doing animations, moves, gear, background, everything. You and Babe. That's it's a lot of work, man.
Yeah, it is. It's quite a bit of work, but yeah, um, I'm pretty efficient when I get into my zone. Uh, like of the 200 something, I think within the first 2 days of after I did the original Pixel Dudes post, I think I'd done like 50 of them within the first 2 days. So when I get in my zone, I can put down some work, but eventually, once we can raise a little bit more or something, figure something out, we'd like to hire maybe somebody to help with some things, but nobody else will be doing the art. The art is all mine. So
Nice, man.
every
We appreciate that.
animation, every background scene, everything like that, those are all me.
So let me understand a little bit about the game, since these things are going to the game. We're talking about an MMORPG.
Yes.
In what style?
Um
What's your inspiration?
Pokemon? Kind of. I don't
Wow,
know.
love
It's
it.
I have several. It's hard to say Pokemon because then that assumes that like you're gonna be going around like capturing things and stuff
No,
like
no,
that.
no. But
But
the way you said it, I assume a top-down world like Zelda, like Pokemon, like Game Boy, Nintendo, and Super Nintendo styles of
yes,
top-down games.
exactly. So yeah, Zelda would actually probably be a way better example. It would be more of like an open world MMO Zelda game where you get to play as yourself and
It's going to be
I've
online. Are we going
I
to be
have
able to interact with the other avatars, or it's going to be a single player on your machine game?
no, I'm planning for it to be online. So you should be able to interact with each other. I'd like to make like a kind of like a big hub where we can all hang out, like World of Warcraft, the entry world or whatever. And then you can go on your quests and your raids and stuff for there. But no, I'm building it to be multiplayer.
And you mean like multiplayer and with just PvP, like a Minecraft PvP server, or with PvE and we're gonna be all together going against dragons and monsters and the underworld and stuff like that?
Both.
Wow, man, I look so forward on playing that game. I've played so much Zelda in my life. Like I've played every
Yeah.
Zelda from the Game Boy to NES to SNES to Nintendo 64
Yeah.
and onwards. I played everything. So yeah, count me in.
Yeah. So I'm thinking I think a good way to describe it would be like if like the older like Zelda games from like Super Nintendo and stuff like that had a baby with World of Warcraft.
Get ready for a huge blast, man. I think this is the nostalgia slash MMO style of a simple but not simple, easy to play, hard to master game. I think that you're gonna make a blast, man. I think it's super awesome.
Thanks. I hope so. I
So,
just want to make a game that I'm good at. I'm not super great at most
so you're
things.
gonna be on top of every score, eh? I see what you're doing there. Okay, okay. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have some competition there.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, it'll be. I don't like, or that will be slightly different. I guess is a better way to say it. Is I don't like the turn-based like attacking style, like in Pokemon and stuff like that. So the way I'm leaning and what I have right now is basically if you ran into another player, it gives you a prompt like, do you want to PvP this player? If you both accept, then it takes you to a different screen or like a fight arena area, you know what I mean? Um, where you'll do like actual fighting combat with each other, not, pick this move, pick that move. It'll be like Mortal Kombat.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Doable now in today's systems for sure. I look
Yeah.
forward. Like the more you describe the
And
game, the more I love it. Like
yeah,
we are
I
close
want
in
to
age
do,
as well, so we have the same kind of interactions from childhood with video games. So I definitely feel the nostalgia.
yeah. I'm a big fan of nostalgia. If you guys haven't noticed.
So we're looking at 69 at least characters plus characters with unique abilities, moves. What's the reason for a player to pick a Psy options character or a Whale's friend?
Well, Whale's friend comes with an extra attacker sitting up there on top of your head. Where Psy options, I can't really give away too many of the moves yet because I want to release them as little teasers and stuff. But Psy options would definitely be along the lines of injecting you with options.
Too many options can really get you. You can't decide. If you have too many options, you just can't decide.
Well, so what I
You
mean by
lose
that
your
is like
turn.
if you get hit with Psy options special move, my plan is that it will jumble your keys because you'll
Wow.
have too many options. So your normal, up, down, left, right, they're all going to get scrambled. Things are going to get hectic for a little, however long their buff lasts for, and just, stuff like that. Kind of the same with drawing the dudes, where I want to make everybody's very, very like unique to them. Like I don't want anybody to have the same two moves at all.
Dude, it's going to be amazing, really. And like, are you gonna strive for balance? Are you gonna like try to make every like possible like every character playable, or are you gonna be like, okay, this guy is tier S tier, and these five guys are tier A? You know, the meta game that you'll get if you're not absolutely balanced. Or are you gonna strive for the playability? What's going to be more tilted to the novelty and NFT and artsy, or to let's play a game that's balanced and gives you all types of flavors to play it with?
Yeah, so a little bit of both because everybody will come with different um, base stats for their character. So I was actually just talking about that earlier. Size Chad is literally twice the size of any other dude. He is massive compared to any other dude. So naturally, his base stats, his strength are going to be up higher. His speed might be down a little bit more. You know what I mean? I'll try to make it balanced and fair while still keeping it very, artsy and unique with each other. Because the uniqueness is the stats. I'm hoping there won't be any one like god character where everybody's just like, oh, this guy, but who knows? It's up to everybody else. It's all about how you level your own character,
I
you
mean,
know?
worst case scenario, you're gonna have to introduce some balance patch. It's not the end
Oh
of the
yeah,
world.
for sure. Yeah, for sure. There'll be lots of patches, in the future as people play it and I see what's wrong, like if Size Chad's killing people in one hit at level one, we can't be having that.
So this is alpha, guys. Go get size chad NFT card so you can play as a size chad and stomp everybody.
Yeah, he's big. Did you see the card? I put it up right before the thing.
Yeah,
I had
yeah,
to
yeah.
modify.
Immediately, Perts. He's here listening, taking notes. I'm sure he immediately bought it or bid on it. He's like, no, it's here. Go get it. It's like, dude, relax. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
for sure. Taking
got a lot
notes.
of good little things in the works. You know, I've made several smaller games that I've never released. They're just kind of made games for myself or because I was bored or something like that. Um, so I got a lot of elements from older games that I haven't seen. So these would be games I made like a decade ago, right? Um, and there's elements in those games that I made that I still haven't seen in mainstream gaming. Which tells me that 10 years ago I was ahead of my time, so now is the time to implement them.
Pretty cool. Now, what stage of development are we talking about? Because, man, you have the plan laid out, you have the rarities laid out, you have the world, the style. You're telling me that you're using old animations, which is amazing, which speaks a lot, so it never gets out of fashion. So yeah, what are we talking about? Is it a alpha playable game? Can you go around?
Oh, it's not alpha yet. Right now, I only have the test level done, where I go in and test animations, and I have the open world test level done. It's not decorated though, so it's literally just a big old patch of grass. And then I have the battle test ground done right now, but um, it shouldn't take me too long to go through. I just got to make it pretty. You know what I mean? Add my trees, add my mountains, and I have the map drawn out separately because I'm also a huge Skyrim fan, and I absolutely love the fact that 10 years after people were done playing Skyrim, they're still finding things that nobody had found before. So I have a lot of Easter eggs and things planned, hidden things, and
Man, it
you
sounds like you
know,
have the best gaming culture, out there to make a game and be beautiful and actually be interesting. And I hope it's also as hard as games were back in the 90s.
oh yeah, oh yeah, it's gonna be hard. Um,
Thank you, man. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. I want it to be extremely fucking hard. Like I have
yeah.
this memory in the Game Boy. I think it was one of the initial Zelda games. I think it was the first Zelda game where the Game Boy screen just goes dark, and you are in a dark room. And I was, took me like months to find the pattern to move in.
To find the button. It's kind of like when you would go into those the caves in Pokemon and you couldn't
Yeah,
see
yeah,
any
yeah. That
except for
that
the entry light. Yeah.
so weird, so weird.
So yeah, I got a lot of things planned.
And now you're not gonna work also on weapons and enemies and boss fights and all these things, or you hope to make a bigger team with game developers and maybe some other people to. It's a huge task.
Yeah, I'm looking into trying to find other developers to help me and stuff. I'm just very like guarded. I don't know. Maybe Babe calls me a diva because I do it to her all the time, where I'm like, it has to be done this way, and this is the only way that we're doing it because this is how I envisioned it. And she's like, well, that's too hard. We can't do that. And I'm like, no, it's not too hard. We just have to try harder.
Man,
You
that's why
know?
you're so successful in this space. At least you've done it so well, and I think you should keep on doing what you started with.
Yeah. No compromising on what I want. Um, I haven't really done anything about it yet, but I don't know. Like I am 100% willing to make every aspect of this game all by myself if it means it gets made the way that I want it to get made. You know what I mean? Because I've interacted with other game developers and stuff before, and they're like, oh well, we should do this instead because it saves time or it saves memory or it doesn't cause as many problems we have to fix. And I would rather have exactly what I want and spend the time fixing the problems and making it perfect than compromise for something that is gonna lower the game in my eyes.
It's I support this, and I think that you've given us a lot of alpha on why your cards are going to be pretty expensive. I see why Perts has been buying everything. I'm kind of yeah, should have seen this.
Yeah, shout out to Perth. Love you, man. You're my biggest supporter. And Milst,
Amazing.
conscious. Are you? Yeah, I love you guys. Thank you for your support. Like seriously.
And what do you see this? Where is this NFT let's say, this round of NFT hysteria going. Like in this round, we had metaverses and utility in NFTs, in-game assets, like you are also doing. While on the previous one, we just had some collectibles, we had some crypto kitties, very few things. Do you think like this is going to continue evolving? Is it
Oh
just an
yeah.
experiment that we just haven't found the recipe yet? Where do you think the future lies with NFTs?
I think that the future of gaming, personally, I think it is NFTs. It doesn't make any sense for it not to be NFTs, other than just big game companies maybe not wanting to give up some of their revenue or something. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, perfect example would be Rocket League. How many different Rocket League marketplaces, stores, you know what I mean? The ways that you sell your items, trade your items, it's changed so many times since Rocket League's inception. Where if we were just, if right off the bat it was just NFTs, boom, easy. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
we
but
don't need
on
to
the other
change
hand,
the marketplace.
Rocket League owns. It's hard, like because in my mind I agree. All the Hearthstone cards should be NFTs, but
Yep.
from the company's perspective and the corporation, the shareholders, the deep pockets. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to let this go. It's like now you do not own this thing. I can see why they're resisting. I'm pretty sure they're gonna lose, but it's gonna take time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it'll take some time for sure.
Yeah, I
But
love that idea
I
of.
don't see why not. I mean, you know what I mean? Like even right now, like if I go resell something from on the Rocket League marketplace, like yeah, they might get a little bit of a cut or something like that, but it's not going to sell anything. If you got a super white ultra titanium rare whatever, octane car and it's one of 100 in the world, like yeah, you can go sell it for a couple $100. You know what I'm saying? Or you could sell it like NFTs go wild, like absolutely wild, because people in the crypto space understand scarcity and you know,
I understand exactly what you're
uh,
saying, and also sometimes if they're seasonal, you can't find them anymore. They're once and out. Like yeah, there is value on this one. I know it from first hand, man. I have a spectral tiger in World of Warcraft. If you go on eBay, it costs like $12,000 now, but it's bound to my account. I wish it was an NFT so I could sell it.
exactly. And that's what I mean. Like, I don't see as a developer why you wouldn't want that, especially if you have royalties enabled. Like now, but like you said, you're selling it on eBay and stuff. They're not going to get any portion of that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, no,
they don't get a cut of
yeah,
that
you're right.
sale.
You're right. You're right.
But
So
if it was
it's
an
an
NFT,
ongoing
they would.
experiment that we still haven't found the perfect way to to implement it and make it fair for the artist, for the reseller, for the collector, for all these things. We still need to balance it.
Yeah, yeah. There's still a lot of work to be done for sure. But I definitely think Star Atlas and the other games, I think they're on the right path, and I think one day they'll be looked back on kind of like Mario's and the old Super Nintendo games. Like they birthed something that just kept going. You know what I mean? And look where
Yeah,
we are
yeah, yeah. I
now.
love the fact that you actually mentioned Star Atlas. So, do you hold any posters?
Any what
Any
posters?
Star Atlas posters? Yeah, those 14 posters that give you perks in game. The ones that they released. The one that now is with Dead Mouse, the 14th poster. It costs like $200,000.
Yeah,
The first one
yeah.
costed
I
like $60. Do you own any of those Star Atlas posters?
yeah I own the first three and the Armstrong.
Exactly what I own as well. The affordable
Yep.
ones.
Yep. After that, I got priced out, and I was like, I would love to keep doing it, guys, but I literally cannot afford it. So
Exactly my words. Exactly my words. Uh, wow, we've already done almost yeah 50 minutes, but I want your comments on a couple of NFT projects. Like I want your comments on the CryptoPunks in general, all chains CryptoPunks. Would you give at least uh, the thumbs up to the first version from?
yes, absolutely. The original CryptoPunks, Yes. I think they did great. Obviously, they set the precedent for the rest of us. Like they really showed everybody what like NFTs can do or be valued for, you know what I mean? But the derivatives, I'm not so much a big fan of personally. I just, you know, a lot
Like
of people look at it as, this is an open space. We can do whatever we want. And I totally agree. But from an artist perspective, like it hurts when people steals your stuff,
yeah,
like
definitely,
it,
definitely. Especially just because you're forced in order to obey to the open source culture that it goes on. Like, of course, as an artist, you would love to. Like, shout out to Larva Labs. On the other hand, you see that they kept their value. The original CryptoPunks are like millions.
yeah. And I mean, I get that. Like, I just, like I said, I'm not a big fan. Like it doesn't take much to really just sit down and kind of like come up with your own ideas. And not every idea is going to be a winner, but eventually you'll get one. It's just I don't personally respect just ripping off somebody else's stuff. It's just not something I would do personally.
So you would put.
Which is why I've never done any of the punks. I don't know if you've noticed. None of my pixel dudes, the people who had punks as their profile pictures, I always asked them for something else. I'm like, I'm not gonna like, what do you want me to do? Like redraw your punk as a dude? That doesn't, you know what I mean? Like, I'm okay doing an homage to something, but I'm not just gonna straight rip pixel dudes off or crypto punks off?
Yeah, no, I've never thought of
Like,
that. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. So you put Solarians over CryptoPunks.
um, probably, yeah. Just I like their style more, that it's just they're all very unique. They came up with their own little idea. Um, the robots are super cute.
What about I think that my favorite NFTs out there after the dudes, of course, are the Euler bits. Have you seen those?
Which ones?
Euler bits. It's a
I
music. It's
don't.
a general. Like I'll send you a link after the show. You're gonna love them. It's music NFTs, where the sounds are derived by an equation, and the equation has random inputs inside.
Oh yeah, that sounds really cool. Yeah, definitely send me the link to that because I haven't heard of those.
Yeah, yeah. It's of course it started in Ethereum with I think a couple of mints initially, and then every time someone mints like a child of the original mint, it has different constants in the equation, and you just change a little bit the variables, and another like derived sound from the previous one, which is always unique, comes and it is stored on the Ethereum blockchain. So it's the music is actually stored on the blockchain. There's
That's
no
pretty
image
cool.
required to go to Arweave, for example. Everything can be replicated from the smart contract saved. I'm going to send you that because since you are creating NFTs, you need to actually see that.
Yes, for sure. I need to
And
check that.
what's your opinion about Beeple and the super expensive NFT that was sold on the Christie's auction, which was what $69 million?
Good for him. That's that's what I mean, as an artist, obviously that's what you want your stuff to go for eventually. So it's super cool that people was able to carve that path for us and show like other artists, small little poor artists like me, like, hey man, just keep at it, keep getting better, and you can actually do some damage, do some change. um, Like, don't let people tell you. I mean, I guarantee you, people were telling people for years, like, "Oh, you're never gonna sell that for blah blah." You know what I mean? And then look at them now. You know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
of
think
course. Now let's see if the guy that bought it, if he's going to be able to resell it for profit. Because Beeple is a superstar in the digital art. I mean, he's not some guy who just made something at random and then sold it for 70 million. It's like there is a story behind it.
yeah, exactly. That's another thing a lot of people don't really understand. Babe and I were talking about that the other day. She's like, "Well, what will you do if or when eventually somebody rips off, you know, pixel dudes and tries to make flip them so that they look the other direction or something. Who knows? And I was like, I honestly don't really think it would matter because I don't feel like people buy the pixel dudes because they're like fantastic pieces of art. Some of them, yeah, definitely for sure. But in general, I feel like people buy them for their utility in the game and generally just because like they believe in me as a person and as a creator. You know what I mean? And I was like, you can flip it all whatever direction you want, but that's not going to give you, the community that I
Yeah,
have.
definitely understand. It was part of my next question. Like we are close. I have two more actually. Was that one that eventually people are gonna start making their own pixel dudes to feel, to feel part of the community. Because man, you're like, how many are you going to make? In the end, there are going to be thousands and thousands and thousands people wanting to get you, to get your style. So you're gonna see copycats spawning left and right, even in good faith, not wanting to market them, just to feel like they're part also of the movement.
Right. Well, and it's like I've seen a couple people draw their own pixel dudes and put them up as their avatars, and that's fine with me. I mean, if you can draw it and use it, that's cool. Just want those people to know that like if it doesn't come from me, you're not in the pool. You know what I'm saying? Like you can
Yeah,
draw your
yeah,
own
of course,
pixel
of
dude if
course.
you want, but you'll never be minted, which I guess that's up to the individual person whether that means something to them or not. But yeah, I got no problem with people drawing their own profile pictures or anything like that. Just like I said, know that you won't be minted, you won't be in the banner updates that I do, the big old pixel dude family pictures and stuff like that. So it's all up to
Last,
them. You can be patient and hope you get one for free or bid on a ticket and then you can get in that way. Or if you're not interested in being minted or playing as yourself, draw yourself. That's fine.
yeah, of
You
course, but
know,
it loses the novelty that is done by your hand in your computer. It's a
Thank you.
different thing. I have one last question. I want your real, honest, super honest opinion. What do you
Okay.
think of the animated banner that our community member Nordin made for the AMA? He animated it, he drew it by hand. It's the one that I tweeted the first, and it has us chilling in a Joe Rogan style of table. It's on my screen at the moment, and it's both of us. You come out from a portal in the sky. It has so many little details. What's your opinion on that?
It was really good. That's great animation. You know what I mean? Like I love seeing stuff like that. Just the fact that he was inspired enough by my pixel dudes to take the time because I know that animation didn't take him 10 minutes. uh,
So
Especially if he
this is
animated
a lot of work,
it
eh?
my
Because
way.
we
Yeah,
need
I
we
mean,
need to recognize this because I think this is one of the best animations that the Grape community has actually produced.
yeah, it's fantastic. I love it. You know what I mean? And if I ever need some help with some stuff, maybe I can reach out to him.
Yeah, this is where this was going, man. Because really, if you need help, the Grape community is in your disposal, 100%. We have awesome people to help you on every level. Even if you're looking for game developers, we can definitely at least try to help.
Awesome. Yeah, I will keep that in mind for sure.
Yeah, it's been an hour, man. Already, I enjoy talking to you. I would definitely uh, invite you to play a couple of video games and just talk about things. But maybe we should do that another time.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely play again. Now I got a better computer now, so maybe we'll actually get a kill.
Come on, no! Don't tell them that. I told them we own. We almost won.
Uh,
Man, it was amazing having you. Thank you so much for taking the time, really. And is there anything you want to tell the world, to include in the video, some announcement, some shout out, anything? The stage is yours.
uh, I mean, I feel like I've I did my little shout outs earlier. Obviously, everybody in my Solana and all my little supporters, like, can't say thank you enough times to you guys. Like, I'm literally just a poor dude who was sitting here drawing pixels, and now you guys have made my dream a reality. It's pretty wild. It's very overwhelming. Uh, to want to be a game dev for half your life and then to come into a crypto community and be accepted and just they're like, yeah, dude, let's go, let's do it, let's get your dreams done. It's wild and I absolutely love it.
We are lucky to have
So
you, man. What are you talking about? We're lucky to have you, and this genuine way of you giving to the community. That's why you've been successful, and I think this is not going to be a short-lived thing. I think this is going to be something that persists, and this is the reason Solana made the Squid Award, something that's going to be constantly given to special people that shine with their light in the Solana ecosystem.
yeah, and I hope so because that's it's one of the best parts about the ecosystem. We have a really great group of people here, and I can already think of several people that are definitely deserving of a Squid Award themselves, if not before I was. But yeah, it's super cool.
Again, man, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. We had about 120 to 150 people watching on the live with from all the different platforms. Pretty awesome. Shout out to everybody that tuned in. Thank you guys. Thank you for making us both feel special.
Yes, thank you very much for having me, Mr. Whale's friend.
No, man, it was my honor. Thank you so much, and I really hope we play some video games soon in some of the Grape tournaments. And that's what I told you about reaching out in case you want help with design, game development, or the community to beta test, alpha test your game. Feel free, we'll be honored.
Absolutely, I will do that. And I will reach out to you. Maybe we can play some Minecraft or something soon.
Definitely, we're preparing our own Minecraft server, Grape
Boom.
server. So
Perfect.
it's going to be awesome. Yeah, I love that idea
Awesome.
actually. I'll speed up the process.
Sweet. Yes, let me know about that.
All right, bro. Thank you so much again. Let's
Yep.
close the stage.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Take care. Ooh, what an awesome talk we had. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. I'm gonna fix the video. I'm gonna release everything, and obviously, from the next stream is going to be a normal stream. We'll see each other again on Sunday. We'll have a lot of things to talk about. We'll have to talk about Solana projects, about are the roles of liquidating liquidators, and we're gonna talk about leak protocol in Solana and a couple more things. Yeah, and also feel free to drop your stream requests on the appropriate channel on the Grape Discord. That's mostly it, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for actually attending and helping out and being super amazing. Take care, guys, and good night. A lot of alpha. Understand? 69 cards, 3 copies of each. The big people that have already been minted. If you can snipe something cheap, it might be worth it. I'll keep my eyes open. And big shout out to Nurdin Takata. It's this guy, Pepe, animator, awesome guy, amazing work, super talented. Thank you for being in the Grape community.